It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere we are. I'm totally just kidding. It's not beginning to look like Christmas at all. But for some reason, I just felt like doing that because I am the only person in the building. What's up, Pete Marshall? What's up, Dion? Neon Dion. What's up, man? I am in the new dealership. What's up, Tommy Ullman? How are you, sir? Great to see you. As the people are joining us today, we are going to, what's up, Mr. Michael Mills? Yes, sir, Pete Marshall. Yes, sir. We are, as the people are joining us today, we are going to do a full tour of the new dealership. For those of you that haven't had the opportunity to see it in person, some of you may, what's up, Shelby Young? How you doing, John Gray? Some of you may have seen the dealership when it was empty. I think I did a full tour when it was completely empty. And there's a crazy story behind this whole thing. What's up, Dylan? How you doing, Andrea Boyle? There's a crazy story behind this whole thing. And so I'm going to share with you the crazy story. And then I'm also going to share with you the dealership so that you can get a full tour. And then also, while we're doing this, I want this to be an interactive session between you and I. What's up, Sean Sean Lackamacher? What's up, Sean Lackamacher? I want this to be an interactive experience. So I want you, if you would like, to ask questions. Yeah, that's right, Pete. If you would like to ask any questions along the way, as I share the story, as I share some of our thoughts, as I share some of our strategies, if you have any questions along the way, please drop them right here. It is a great last name. Please drop them in the comments. I will be asking any and all questions. Now, please keep in mind, people pay me a lot of money to answer their questions, especially over in the automotive industry. But for you, you're getting it today for free. All right? Todd Pins, Dustin Long. So do me a favor and hit the share button. Go ahead and share this out. A lot of your friends, what's up, Lamont? A lot of your friends want to see this building. A lot of your friends want to see what's going on over here at 800 Elite Auto. So just go ahead and hit that share button. I would greatly appreciate it. Or if you don't want to do that, just tag. Start tagging your friends down here in the comments, okay? Go live on YouTube on your other phone. Oh, Dylan, man, I'll just do a separate one, man. I'll just do a separate one. You're doing too much for me, man. You young people, you can do a lot more than I can. Okay, so while you guys are coming in here, here's the story. You ready? Do you have a pair of size 13 Dunks in stock? What size do you wear? And let's make a trade. Maybe. I think we probably do have a 13. Okay, quick behind the scenes. What's up, Brianna? Hey, what's up, Kimberly Cox? Thanks, Sean. All right, quick behind the scenes, okay? So Lexington, Kentucky, June 4th. Lexington, Kentucky, June 4th. Driving home from church, Southland Christian Church, right? And I look over and I see that there's an empty lot, an empty building. And I'm like, oh, what's going on there? There used to be a car dealership there, now it's empty. What's going on? What's going on? And so I call my dear friend, Jimmy Bradford. I say, hey, Jimmy Bradford, what's going on with this store? Because he is partners with Tim Short. And this used to be it was Short Redmond Supercenter. So I said, what's going on with that store? He tells me what's going on with the store. He said, I don't know, though, the details. It might be available. What are you thinking? So the next day, he sends me a message and says the dealership is available. What are you thinking? I'm like, I am thinking we do something radical. I'm thinking we do something life-changing. I'm thinking we do something that will completely transform and disrupt the auto industry. I'm like, I think we do something absolutely crazy, right? And so Jimmy Bradford's like, bro, you are crazy, but I believe in you, so let's talk about it. So we sat down a week later. Actually, this was a Sunday, so 9 days later. 9 days later, we sat down. And I pitched them this idea of us coming together as partners, me, Jimmy Bradford, Tim Short, coming together as partners and creating a brand new experience in automotive unlike any other, where we could develop leaders, where no one would have a schedule, where we'll close every 7 weeks and pay our people, where we'll create an experience for the customers, where all of our vehicles, 85% of our vehicles, are black, white, and silver between $15,000 and $35,000. Dylan, let the team know that I'm live. Drop a link to this live in the group me, if you would, please. Where all of our 85% of our vehicles will be between $15,000 and $35,000. Everyday cars for everyday people. That's my idea. I'm thinking we create a place that sells everyday cars to everyday people. And I think we should put a podcast tower right dead center of the middle of it. And that we should interview 800 everyday people that do everyday jobs all over Kentucky. That we should create a place where relationships are more important than anything. That we should create a place where we love our customers more than we love our products. And we love our people even more than we love our customers. I said, Jimmy, Tim, come with me, man. Come with me on a journey and educate me. Oh, I bit my cheek. And educate me on everything you know. Give me all your wisdom. Jimmy's very successful. He's had a dealership for a decade. Tim Short's very successful. He's had multiple dealerships for decades. I think he's going on 30 years, 40 years. He's 59, so 40 years in the business. So I said, you share your wisdom with me. I'll share my wisdom with you. Let's create something brand new, unlike anything the industry's ever seen. And they said, all right, Glenn, let's do it. Let's do it. So check it out. From initial phone call, when I saw there was an empty lot, from initial phone call, from the very first initial phone call, to us owning the dealership, was exactly 7, 8, 9, 11 days. 11 days. Man, that's crazy, Dylan. All these people are popping in here, but Facebook says the number's going down. It's going the wrong way. I see Sam Cox. I see Deborah. I see Doug. What's up, man? So it was 11 days from the moment that I was given this idea to pick up the phone and call Jimmy Bradford and see if he wanted to try something new, something unique, something different. Hi, Tony Schmidt. What's up, Vanessa Lynch? It was 11 days. And now here we are. It has been 3 months and 7 days. 3 months and 7 days. Now, please keep in mind, when we took over this building, the building was a little bit run down. Short Redmond Supercenter had been holding it down. They'd been selling a few cars, but it was a little bit run down. It needed a polish. It needed to be polished up. It needed to be cleaned up a little bit. But it was an empty shell, and there were no cars. And now here we are. The moment you've been waiting for. The grand tour of the most amazing 800% elite auto. You ready? Check this place out. I'm going to flip it around. Now, I'm watching the comments. If you have questions about anything at all, please just let me know. So when you walk right in the front door, you come in, you see this nice little sitting area over here. Got some nice little couches. Got the snacky snacks. Got a nice little area. Oh, and it looks like we have some Ale-8 zero sugar. We're going to go ahead and throw that away because ain't nobody here but me. You also have a receptionist tower where the receptionist is super nice. And the receptionist is jumping up in here and she's greeting you. We've got our barrel. Look at that. 800% elite auto established in 2024, which is beautiful, right? Amazing. When you come over here to the left, this is the triplet tower. Now, what is the triplet tower, right? The triplet tower, this is where our future leaders, they're actually current leaders, but they're training to be future like managers. This is where they're at. Now, as you can see, the triplet tower is a little messy right now. We got a little DJI Kimball We got some different things going on. It's a little bit messy, but that's because these boys be putting in work. So my boy Clay is up here. What's up, Katie Mares? Katie Mares is in here. Hold on. How do I flip this back around? Katie, what up? Thanks to you, this place is looking really, really nice in a lot of ways. So I'm going to keep giving you the tour, but let's go. All right, so this is like the triplet tower. This is where Clay Carpenter and Logan, my guy Logan and Mike, this is where they're at, Backstreet Boy as we call them. So they're here in the triplet tower, right? So remember, there's the entry area, the little waiting area. And then this is the full view. And this is the triplet tower. Now next to the triplet tower, you're gonna get the key machine. What's up, Jefferson David? Great to see you. Glenn Scott. Yeah, it's crazy, right? So there's the key machine there. Come over here. We got, look at this, Katie. You're gonna like this. We got this little area right here, and we've got a couple little board games. Look, you got Scrabble, where you can hang out. We've got the nice little couches. We've got some plants. You come on over here. There's a couple other games. Look, you got Connect 4, Blank Slate. Just some little nice touches, right? Some little nice touches. And then check this out. You guys got to see this part right here. On the table of every, look what this says. 7 weeks off a year. Some businesses like to say they're family first. At 800% Elite Auto, we would rather show it. That's why every 7 weeks we close our doors, giving our team members nationwide 7 paid weeks off a year. This allows them to invest in their relationships spiritually, mentally, and physically. We believe that there are 8 pillars to focus on when living an 800% life. Faith, family, friends, fitness, finances, career, education, and mental health. It is our responsibility as a company to serve our teammates and ourselves in each of those pillars. When we do that, the result is that together we can all live and grow 800%. So this is on every table. What's up, Jonathan Dawson? This is on every table in the dealership. That's right, Jonathan. And it's not just 7 weeks. It's not just 7 weeks off a year, Jonathan. It's 7 weeks a year where we close the dealership. We close the dealership. And people think I'm crazy. Even my partners right now, they're like, bro, you're crazy. And I know, it is crazy. It is crazy. But I was sitting in church one day on a Sunday, and out of nowhere, God said, I want you to shut down your company every 7 weeks and pay all your people. And I was like, nah, bruh. I ain't doing that. You done lost your mind. I'm the rise and grind guy. We get up and get it every day. I'm a car guy. That's not how we roll. Shutting down every 7 weeks. You done lost your mind. But fast forward, here we are 2 years in now since that experience. And what I've learned is that to give people some time off is one thing, but in the auto industry, bro, it's not even a day off. You think it's a day off, but it's not a day off. Because you're getting phone calls and somebody's wondering where the keys are because you left the keys somewhere. And somebody, is taking your deal and you're worried about splitting deals. And it's just crazy. Like, you're not really off. And so it's like, well, how do we give people real time off? Well, we'll just shut down the whole dealership. And we're like, well, that's crazy, man. And then I started thinking about it. Like, we have a target, right? If we sell 2,300 cars a year, we're super, super happy. 2,300 cars a year. So if we can do that in 45 weeks versus 52 weeks, what does it matter? What's the matter? Yeah, that's right, Jonathan. We still have all the other holidays on top of that, too. You are correct, sir. Jonathan has the Pinnacle Society. And everyone in his Pinnacle Society sells more than 30 cars a month. And there's one guy in there with him, a guy named Frank Cornetti. And Frank sold 150 cars last month by himself as a salesperson, working 4 days a week, I think it is, 9 to 5 or something like that. Do you think anybody cares how many days he works? No. And I don't care how many days my people work around here, long as we get the job done. As long as we get the job done. So, yes, on every table. That is correct. That is correct, Jonathan. So, I'm going to switch this back around. Okay, so I'll get off my high horse here. So, Like I said, you come in, remember, triplet tower, front door, sitting area, some games. Now we're coming back over here. All right. Now, when you walk in, you're going to see a podcast tower. Podcast tower is dead center. And what we're doing with this podcast tower is I have a new podcast called Everyday Jobs with Everyday People. And I am interviewing 800 everyday people that do everyday jobs right here in the center of the showroom. You notice you don't see any cars in the showroom. Why are there no cars in the showroom? Well, there's no cars in the showroom because I didn't build this place to be about cars. We built this place to be about people. So we've created an environment that people can enjoy, that our people can enjoy, and we are going to interview everyday people, local people from the state of Kentucky that do everyday jobs like picking up my trash on Thursdays. What's up, Jennifer Cox? Like the local beekeepers, like what's up, Missy Sue? Dental assistants, all the people that do everyday jobs. We interview them right here at this podcast tower, dead center of the showroom. So instead of having cars in the showroom, I want people in my showroom. That's what I want. So I got to create an environment that celebrates people. The cars are just a byproduct of what we're trying to do here. All right. So as you can see, we got the plants on every table. The 7 weeks off platforms are there so that everybody knows what's going on. Right. We have a 360 photo booth right here. So people, when they buy a car, they can do the 360 photo booth. Over on this side right now, it's not completely put together, but this is our sales manager's tower. This is where the sales managers work the deals. They're all right here, and you notice they're not hidden behind a wall. They're not hidden behind a curtain. Nowhere like that. The first interview with a proctologist will be a bummer. But they're right up here. And then we have our board. And this is our board where we set our daily goals. Last week, we had some goals and they did not reach or achieve. But look at this. They're starting to pick up. Look, Monday was 5. Tuesday was 7. Look at that. Green day, baby. Green day. So this is where the sales managers are at. Then you make your way over here. Now, we made a significant investment in the kid area. What's up, Jay Heidemann? Great to see you. Great to see you. Thanks, Rodney Harney. Great to see you. What's up, Chrissy Burton? I'll come in for a week and fill up the showroom floor. Let's go. So this is the kids area here. We got some nice, comfy beanbag chairs. And as you can see on all the screens, you've got, currently it looks like Fortnite, Roblox, whatever they want to play here, whatever they want to play here. So I've got an Xbox and a PlayStation, an Xbox and a PlayStation, and then I've got tablets. We've got snacks for the kids. Nice, comfortable area for the kids. Again, I want welcoming environments. I don't want a kids area that's around the corner and behind the door. I'm not trying to keep the kids quiet. Somebody put those kids away. I don't want to hear crying babies. Not in my store, dude. I'm telling you right now, you're going to hear crying babies. Actually, probably not crying babies because they'll be playing in the play zone over here. You'll be hearing laughing babies. Lots of kids having a blast, eating snacks. We've already had parents in here with their kids. Yeah, the beanbag chairs are massaging chairs. We've had parents in here with their kids and they're like, dude, I've never experienced anything like this before. We went through the entire process of buying a car and our kids were happy the entire time. And their kids don't even want to leave. We got kids that are like, Mommy, Daddy, we don't want to go. Let's stay here. And they're like, yo, we got to go. We just bought a car, right? So we're creating comfortable environments for people, man. You got to think about the people. That's what so matters. All right, so that's our kid zone. We've invested heavily in the kid zone. We also, check this out, what you see here. There's Frank. I was just talking about you, Frank. Frank, you got to drop it in. Look, Frank, I was literally just talking about you. I was telling them that you sell, what's up, Scott Simons? Oh, my God. It's a party up in here now. Dude, for those of you guys that don't know, Frank Cornetti is the #1 salesperson in the United States, or actually in the world. Sold 150 cars last month as an individual salesperson, not working crazy hours. He's amazing. Scott Simons just came in behind him. Scott Simons is one of the most successful car dealers in the nation. He's got 5 dealerships with Carter Myers Automotive Group. Great to see both of you guys. But Frank, I was just telling him, so the way that we're operating in our dealership, and this is not just lip smacks, Frank. Look, I can show you right here on every table. On every table, there's this flyer. So we close the dealership down every 7 weeks. So everybody runs for 6 weeks, Monday through Saturday, and then we shut the whole thing down for a week. Then we go at it again, right? And we do it that way because I believe like you believe, Frank. I believe that we can find a way to invest in our families, invest in time away, invest in ourselves, and be super successful in automotive. It doesn't matter to me whether we sell 2,300 cars working 52 weeks a year, or if we sell 2,300 cars working 45 weeks a year. It doesn't matter to me. I would actually rather create an environment for all of my people where they can vacation together, where they get rested and restored, where they can invest in their families. As long as we produce the result, it doesn't matter. And I know you live by that, Frank. As long as you produce the result, as long as you have the discipline and you produce the result, it doesn't matter what time you're there. So that's how we have this set up. So I'm doing a tour. For those of you that popped in, this is our dealership, 800% Elite Auto, June 4th. June 4th, I had the idea to pick up a phone and make a call and see if we could make something happen. Fast forward, I owned it 11 days later. Then we opened the doors August 5th. So we've been open just over 1 month, which is crazy. And I'm giving you a little tour. If you have any questions, let me know. So now to this part, all right? So we started all the way over there on the other side of the showroom. That right there is a little waiting area. This is the sales manager area. That's our podcast tower. There's the triplet tower. There's another waiting area over here. And then when you come this way, this is the kid zone that we just talked about, all right? Now, you may say, well, what the heck is this? What's up, Derek McClain? What's up, Chrissy Burton? All right, so this right here, I've got like one weird little bug in this whole place that's driving me nuts. So this right here is our little barbershop. Now you might say, Glenn, why do you have a barber shop in a car dealership? Well, I'll tell you exactly why we have a barber shop in our car dealership. And I know a lot of people think, oh, well, is that a service for the customer? No, it's not for the customers. Is that a service for your employees? No, it's not a service for the employees. Will there be maybe a customer that'll use it? Sure. Will there be an employee that'll use it? Sure. But what's it for? I have a buddy who owns a barber shop. And my buddy and his buddy have about 800 to 1,000 clients that they service, and they do an incredible job. My hair's super long because he's been off because he had a baby. His name's Mike Brown. They were paying rent over at their place, and it's a tiny little shop, and they were paying rent over there. So I'm like, hey, bro, what if I can make to where you don't have to pay rent anymore? You set up shop in my dealership. And then your clients that come in to get haircuts, I can start building relationships with them. And in the future, if they ever need anything, I'll be here to serve them. Listen, man, if you've been listening to this live from the very beginning, I'm trying to tell you, a lot of places have it wrong. A lot of places have forgotten that there are only 2% of people that are in the market for a car at any given time. 98% of people are not. But the key to being successful is making sure that the 98% think about you when they decide they are in the market for a car. So how can I get as many people into my showroom as humanly possible? That's what I want to do. I want to serve the community with my kids area. I want to serve the community with my barbershop. I want to serve the community with my podcast tower. I want to serve the community to where people feel welcome coming here, whether they're buying a car or not. And if I can build that relationship and energize them and charge them up and add value and support them and do all of those things when they're not even interested in buying a car, of course, they're going to come do business with me when they are ready to buy a car. You see what I'm saying? There's no cars in the showroom. We're creating an environment to serve people. Okay, so there's my barbershop right there, which I'm super stoked about. Then we have our finance office number 1, finance office number 2, and in between, Katie Mayers. Katie Mayers' favorite area. We got the plants. We got the placard that says that we're shut down as a business 7 weeks a year. All that's right here, okay? So that's the showroom. I'm gonna give you one more loop, just so you can see it. Barbershop, kid area, sales managers. There's a big video wall going on over there. Far corner, sitting area, podcast tower, triplet tower, finance. Food truck Fridays. Yes, we have food truck Fridays. We do invite food trucks out. Now, when you come back down the hall back here, you've got this area. Now, this is the area for our frontline salespeople. Now, you might say, what's a frontline salesperson? Well, some dealerships in America have what's called a BDC, which is a business development center. Well, unfortunately, I think that we were educated wrong on what a business development center was supposed to be. It's not a role for a glorified receptionist. No, Christopher Campbell, no cars on the floor. By design, because it ain't about cars, bro. It is not about cars. So absolutely no cars on the showroom floor, never will be. So this area here is where our frontline salespeople, highly trained, super knowledgeable, fully empowered, the elite of the elite are back here in this room right here, answering leads on the phone, answering internet leads, answering chats. Highly trained superhumans are who we have back here, not glorified receptionists. All right? Why? We have more traffic that comes in through this department than any other department in the dealership. There are far more people that come in through the internet than will ever come through my front door. So why would I want my best, absolute, highly qualified, well, all my people are highly qualified, but why would I want to put someone who's not highly qualified on the phones? Or why would I want to put someone who's not highly qualified answering chats? Why would I want to put someone who's not highly qualified as the first point of contact for the majority of my customers? Crazy. So the 4 people that are currently working in that room are the best there absolutely is. And we're getting ready to take out this wall. We're going to take out this wall right here and expand it because this department is going to be expanding as well. And once you make your way, oh, sorry, I'm flipped the wrong way. Once you make your way back this way, that's where your ladies' restroom is. Our general manager, his office is in here. He probably don't want us in here, but he don't really spend a lot of time in here anyway. But that's my general manager's office. Then when you come back this way, we've got lockers for everybody. This area probably needs a little cleanup, but this is a little kitchen break area that we have. Men's bathroom. And then if you loop back around, we have more room, but it hasn't been done yet. So we still have, goes all the way back. We've got a training room over here. We've got an accounting room over here, all of this stuff. So we still have work to do. I'm not going to hang out back there too much because I have watched all the scary movies and the black guy always dies first. And I'm the only one in here and it's dark and it's kind of scary back there. So I ain't playing. I am not playing. If you see me disappear something, boop-de-boop, y'all need to call 911 quick. You know what I'm saying? Call 911 quick. All right? All right? Jonathan Dawson, insane that the average dealer wants to save money paying little to nothing to the people that they just spent tens of thousands of dollars advertising to. I know, man. It's so crazy, Jonathan. It is so crazy. That's all right, though. It's just training, right? It's just what we've been taught, the environment we were in, so on and so forth. That's all. That's all. And it's changing. It's changing. A lot of dealers are putting in hard work to change and shift the cultures, right? Which I appreciate. Okay, so you've seen the inside. Let me take you outside real fast. All right. So again, remember, all of this whole dealership thing, this whole thing, it started off as I saw a sign, literally saw a sign that said Short Redmond Ford or Short Redmond Supercenter. Noticed that their lot was empty, didn't know what was going on. Picked up a phone. June 4th. What's up, Bruce Miller? June 4th, I picked up the phone. Hey, what's going on? Right? No idea what's going on. June 5th. Yes, it's probably available. Let's have a meeting. June 11th, 12th, 13th. June 13th, we made a deal. June 13th, we made a deal. And I had the keys just a couple days or a couple weeks after that. It has been just over 3 months. We had to completely redo this entire place. Everything had to be repainted. The floors had to be redone. We had to set up DMSs. We had to buy computers. We had to buy chairs. We had to buy tables. We had to redo the bathrooms. The bathrooms weren't working. Literally everything. Everything had to be redone. All right. I hope the Wi-Fi stays strong while I'm out here. I should probably get off Wi-Fi. Let me make sure. Okay. Hopefully I don't lose you guys. So, like, I'm just telling you, man, if something tugs on your heart or you see an opportunity, pick up the phone. Do not dilly-dally. Do not waste time. Okay? So, here's the outside of the building. As you can see right there, the big sign. 800% Elite Auto Sales. That sign right there is 72 feet across and 6 feet tall. 72 feet across and 6 feet tall. And if you want, you can scan that QR code. I don't know if it'll come in on this video. You can screenshot that, maybe scan the QR code, and it goes to our website if you want to learn more. All right. We did not buy the building. The building is leased. The building is leased. So when you come out here, you can see this is the main road. This is the main strip in Lexington, Kentucky. 60,000 people drive by this street right here every single day. 60,000 people. All right. What percentage of your vision do you think has come together so far? For this place, 2%. Logan, 2%. 2%. We have so far to go. It's wild. All right. So we're right off the main strip. There's the 800%. You can see this is our inventory. We have 194 vehicles on the ground. 85% of these 194 vehicles, 85% of these vehicles are black, white, or silver, and they are between $15,000 and $35,000. Black, white, silver, between 15 weeks ago. There was not a car on this lot 5 weeks ago. What's up, Tina Boland? What's up, Chrissy? There was not a single car on this lot 5 weeks ago. That roof, sorry, I went too far, lost connection. That roof was blue 5 weeks ago. There was not a single car on the lot 5 weeks ago. Okay? And look at it now. Yeah, sorry, Jonathan. So we've got our vehicles over there. We also have some vehicles over here. All right, we also got vehicles over here. And then we have a service department, but it's way over there, and I'm not going to go over there because I already messed up with the signal. So we have a service department over there as well. Our service department currently handles internal only, but we'll ultimately be able to do customer pay very, very, very soon. We've got 3 lifts being installed, all right? Shelby Young, when I started, there wasn't a vehicle. And to sit back and watch. I know, man. And it's just been 5 weeks, Shelby. Yes, so Cliff, we do have a service department, internal only at this point. All right, so I've only got 1 lift in down there, and we have to be able to do our internal stuff right now because there were no vehicles on this lot, and then all of a sudden there was 200 of them. So the service department is working on that. and we are adding 3 more lifts. We ordered 3 lifts. Those 3 lifts got delivered. We are just waiting to have them installed. They've got to reinforce the floor to make sure that it's all safe. And then once those are in and everything's up and running, we will have a customer pay service department versus just an internal only service department. Okay? So I don't want to go out on the whole lot and lose signal and lose you guys. But let's do the Q&A side, okay? Now, I promised you a tour. We've done that. Now I want to do Q&A. If there's anything you want to know, any questions that you have inside or outside of automotive, now would be the time. If you have questions about the dealership or how we're operating, if you have questions about how nobody has a schedule, did you know that? Jonathan, no one on our team has a schedule. Everyone is just expected to act like an adult and be responsible and perform at the highest level. That's it. Hold on real quick. And so if you have questions about that, you're welcome to ask questions about that, the store, whatever. So I'm going to set this up. No foosball. Okay, Mr. Dawson. Currently, no foosball. All right, currently no foosball. That doesn't mean that can't change. I'm always up for new ideas. If it serves the community and creates an opportunity to get more people in the showroom so that we can build relationships, I'm all in. All right, Chrissy Burton, how many lenders do you have on board currently? 15. We were able to get 15 banks. My finance team, led by Evan Walters, Josue Sariano, and Kelly, they did something miraculous, which there's a lot of things that have happened around here miraculous, just so you know. God is all over this thing. But they were able to do the unheard of. As an independent dealership, because of our reputation and our relationship with Tim Short and Jimmy Bradford, because of our reputation and those 2 relationships, we were able to get 15 banks in the first 4 weeks of being open as an independent dealership. Week 1, we had 1 bank. Week 2, we had 3. Week 3, it went to 11. Week 4, it went to 15. So we have 15 banks as an independent dealership, which is crazy. For those of you that don't know, there's franchise dealership, which is a dealership like Nissan, Ford, Toyota, Honda, whatever. And then there's independent dealership. Independent dealership has no franchise tag on it, only sells used cars, no new cars. Typically in the auto industry, as an independent dealership, it can take up to 2 years before banks will be willing to allow you to provide financing for customers through them. It usually is a 2-year process. They did it in 4 weeks. Unbelievable. All right, Jonathan, what's the total makeover budget that it costs to do the remodel? So we have invested... So if I had to separate just the remodel part, we probably invested about, we probably invested about $250,000 in the remodel piece of it, about $250,000. Overall, we have invested like $750,000 into getting this thing fully up and running, but that's including like payroll. We had payroll for a month before we ever even opened the door. That's including, all of the things that we had to get put together. We had to make the initial investments with CRM companies, DMS companies, and chairs, tables, all the furniture that you see in here, the PlayStations, the TVs, all that stuff. So we're about $750,000 in on the whole thing. But as far as the actual building part, was probably $250,000. What's up, Anthony Algona? Tommy Woodward. How are the sales pay plans structured? They're on a volume model based on 6-week stretches. So we don't do things by month around here. We do things by every 6 weeks, because every 7th week we're shut down. So every single one of our pay cycles has 36 business days. It always starts on a Monday. It always ends on a Saturday 6 weeks later. 6 Mondays, 6 Tuesdays, 6 Wednesdays, 6 Thursdays, 6 Fridays, 6 Saturdays. Every single time there are 36 business days in a cycle, and then we go off for a week. They get paid a draw on week 2. They get paid a draw on week 4. They get paid a draw on week 6. And then when they come back from their Sabbath week, which is week 7, they get settled up on week 1. All of the salespeople are on a volume pay plan, no gross, nothing like that. It's strictly, they need to hit their targets. They all know that they are expected to sell 30 cars every 6 weeks. They sell 30 cars every 6 weeks. They've met their target. They make all the money. Less than 30 cars every 6 weeks, they're going to get a lower tier per car sold, is how that's all set up. That's amazing. Do you plan to cater to the subprime market? Yes, we absolutely are catering to the subprime market. As a matter of fact, 6 out of the 17 banks that we have right now are subprime banks. We've already been doing incredible work. Tom Sizemore and Michael Church, all of my management has done subprime before, but Tom Sizemore and Michael Church are absolute subprime experts. The best I've ever known in the business. I'm not saying that because they work for me. They work for me because I believe that. Tom Sizemore, Michael Church. So they've been getting deals done already of customers that couldn't get deals done anywhere else. Dealerships that have been in business for decades couldn't get them done, and these guys are getting them done. It's amazing. How long do you project to be at/get to the 8531 formula per person? So we have been open for business for 5 weeks now. In those 5 weeks, we had to put together our Google SEO and SEM. We had to put together our third-party advertising strategies. We did a deal with Cap One Navigator, a deal with Car Gurus. We had to put those things together. Now, it takes a little while to get all of that up and running. We also have organic strategies that we use to drive leads. So the 8531 formula is a mathematical formula designed to make sure every one of our salespeople sell 1 car a day every day that they're at work. It's simple math, not magic. You cannot lose on the 8531 formula. So the goal is 8 leads per salesperson per day. 8 leads per salesperson per day. Now, 2 of those leads are to be generated by the salesperson themselves. The other 6 leads, it is the responsibility of my paid partners and our organic social media strategy to generate 6 leads per salesperson per day. So, to give you an example of where we are now, Car Gurus just came on 2 weeks ago. Our Google SEO and SEM just started kicking in this week. Our Cap One Navigator just started 2 days ago, and we have been organic pushing. We are currently tracking roughly 22 leads a day. 22 leads a day. That number needs to be 80 leads a day. Okay? Right now it's at 22. So we're at about 24 to 20 or 25% of where we need to be on lead count for the 8531 formula. My guess is now we can't use that pace, right? It took us 5 weeks to get to 25%. But that doesn't mean it'll take us 5 weeks to get to 50%. Not at all. It took us 5 weeks to get to 25% because everything had to get activated and turned on. Now that everything's activated and turned on, my guess is in the next 6-week stretch, which they're about to go on a week off and then we'll have a 6-week stretch. In our next 6-week stretch, my guess is we'll probably be in that 50 to 60 leads a day by the end of that next 6-week stretch. Then the next 6-week stretch is when I expect, and let's please be clear, I don't hope, I don't wish, I don't want. I expect, and I have relationships with the partners that I've decided to allow to help us generate these leads, understands these expectations. So whatever that is, my guess is in 4 months, we will be at 80 leads per day, if not sooner. If not sooner. Edna Stivers, glad you're here. What's up, Pete Marshall? John Humes, what an interesting concept with time. I wonder how I could duplicate this in my space. Yeah, John, dude, time is a construct of the mind. It really is. And when we really start to think about it, the only reason we started putting these time constraints in place is because we wanted to hold people accountable to a result. So we trained people to trade time for money so that we could generate a certain result on we could follow the KPIs, right? It was very simple, especially in hourly pay. The reality is, though, we just want a result. So if you allow adults to be adults and you make it very clear what the result is that you're expecting, adults will do what adults do, and they'll step up to the challenge and they'll make it happen. So all of my team communicates with each other. It's constant communication. And they're still learning. They've never done this before. But it's constant communication. You got to communicate always. We got to make sure the customer's always taken care of. We got to act in the best interest of the company at all times. And within that, there is freedom and flexibility to have a life outside of this building, which is what I want people to have. So, John, I'll challenge you to start thinking, like, how can I allow adults to act like adults? That's the real question. Okay. Chelsea Barton, our custom finance is fire. Yes, that's right. Only God. Yeah. I was going to guess a minimum of 200K. That's incredible. Yes, Jonathan Dawson, you're correct. Jeanette Hatton, love what God is doing in you and enough. You have a powerful testimony. Thank you. Leanne Glass is here. Tree Sims, great to see you. Travis Reed. Chrissy Burton, 30 cars each. Yes, 30 cars each every 6 weeks. That's 1 car a day, 5 days a week if they choose to take a day off. So 5 cars each week, 30 cars over 6 weeks. What's up, Jay Parks? How you doing, Giovanni, Miguel Beckford, Melissa Gomez? 30 cars. I have to ask, why so low? Jonathan Dawson, great question. I'm glad that you asked. 30 cars is based on our 1 car a day with them having a day off. 36 business days per 6-week stretch. And if they take a day off each week, that's 30. So 1 car a day is a minimum agreement. I even hate the word expectation. It's a minimum agreement that I have with my team. They're going to deliver at least 1 car a day every day that they're here. Travis Dodson, what's up? Melissa Gomez, Jerry Hogan, great to see you. Ashley Slay, hello, hello. What is your marketing strategy and budget? So Tammy Woodward, my marketing strategy and budget is as follows. Marketing strategy starts with organic content. Every member of the team is challenged to post on social media at least once, if not twice a day, which has an army of people out there posting on social media. Organic is key first. We also have other organic strategies. Our organic strategies of having a podcast tower, bringing people in, doing things for the community, et cetera, et cetera. Organic first, organic first, organic first. I can't stress it enough. Next strategy is we go to where the leads can be generated for the lowest cost per lead. Facebook direct carousel ads, VIN specific direct carousel ads. A lot of people say, oh, I'm doing Facebook carousel ads. No. VIN specific direct targeted audiences is the cheapest lead you can generate in today's day and age by far. So we invest heavily in Facebook direct VIN specific carousel ads. First. Second, Google SEO and SEM. Google SEO and SEM is the second lowest cost per lead. Therefore, we invest heavily in Google SEO and SEM. That dollar amount is ultimately determined by reach, range, how many people, other people bidding on words, so it's not an exact number. Third is our third parties. So we use Car Gurus and we have their max package. We do not have Auto Trader. We do not have Cars.com. We do not have any other third parties other than Car Gurus, because I believe that when you spread yourself thin across all of these different platforms, ultimately you get poor at best results. Whereas if you go all in with one and really develop a partnership with that one third party, you can get massive results, and it's actually much more cost effective. So that's what we've done. Our last digital way is we have Capital One. So Capital One Navigator, and when customers go to Capital One and get a pre-approval to buy a car, Capital One will recommend that they come to us based in a certain region. As far as our investment in each of those areas, it's scaling up in Facebook. It will scale up in Google SEO and SEM. But right now we are roughly $45,000 a month in paid marketing spend. Elizabeth Clevenger, hello. What's up, Michael Barrich? Great to see you. Richard's here. Brian Banks is here. A lot of people here, man. How many vehicles has your store sold in the 5 weeks? Well, week 1, 11. Week 2, 7. Week 3, I think, was 13. Week 4 was 24. Week 5 was 19, and this week they've sold 14. No, 7, 5, and 2. Yeah, this week they've sold 14, including a 7-car Tuesday yesterday. So that's where we're at. That's where we're at right now. I think that's a total of 80-something vehicles in the first 5 weeks. And that was with us having one bank in week 1, 3 banks in week 2, 7 banks in week 3. That was without us having car gurus in week 3. No Google SEO and SEM in week 3. Like, it's amazing, literally amazing that this team has sold almost 100 vehicles in 5 weeks with literally nothing turned on. We didn't even have AC up until a week ago. All right, CJ Lyon, what's up? Man, there's so many people that have popped in. I'm so glad to see you. What's your target for the number of the vehicles you will have on the lot? We will have roughly 200 vehicles on the lot at all times. What's up, Evan Walters? Thanks, Bob. I appreciate that. Are you closed on Sundays? We are closed on Sundays, Brian Larkin. And we're closed every 7 weeks for a whole week. Carrie Osborne, great to see you. I'm so proud of you, girl. You've been doing the work and you got married and all that good stuff. I'm so proud of you. You make me so happy. Oh my goodness, you make me so happy. Troy Spring, what's up, Bella? I see you. Eugene's in the building. John, what's your biggest challenge? Growth. Is service also closed every 7th week? Yes, service is also closed every 7th week. Detail is closed every 7th week. Accounting is closed every 7th week. The entire operation is closed every 7th week for a week. It's on our website. We are closed every 7th week. Here's the dates that we are closed. If someone generates a lead, there's an auto respond that says, thank you, we've received your lead. No one is going to respond to you until next week. Here's why, right? Like, it's not mean like that, but you know what I mean? Like, we've made it very, very, very clear. There's no emergency number for you to call. There's no one here. There's absolutely no backup. Like, the whole thing is shut down. The whole thing is shut down every 7th week. Everybody gets paid. And believe me, dude, I know it's crazy. It wasn't my idea. If it was my idea, I wouldn't have done it. Like, for real, it was not my idea. I'm the rise and grind guy, the get after it guy, the never waste a day guy. Like, I'm that guy. And I'm sitting in church and literally, I want you to shut down your company every 7 weeks and pay all your people. And I'm like, no, Jesus, I ain't doing it. But I have learned, man, I've read my Bible enough and I have learned. You can try to go against God's will. You can try. You can take the long way around if you'd like. Jonah did. You can take the long way around if you want, but ultimately God's will come to fruition. Either you can take the long path or you can take the short path. And I just took the long path so many times in my life, not listening to God's calling on my life. And I know where it landed me, man. It landed me homeless. It landed me in jail 17 times. It landed me on drugs. It landed me drunk. Like, it landed me losing custody of my oldest daughter. Like, I know what it's like to not follow God's calling, and I'm just not doing it anymore. So yeah, bro, it's crazy. And what's even crazier is that it's been phenomenal. My team has thrived under this, on the consulting side. My team has thrived under this setup. My family has thrived under this setup. You want to talk about the ability to recruit? Bro, we got a line of people way out the door from all over the country that want to work here. So, yeah, John, the whole thing is completely shut down every 7 weeks. What's up, John Sauer? Did y'all hear that? Y'all hear that, man? I'm telling you. Black dude's always the first one to go in the movies, man. I'm in this place all by myself. Ain't supposed to be no noises. Stephanie Gillerman, what's up? Jacob Wagner. Chrissy's in the house. All love. Thanks, Cameron. Great to see you. Hey, King Cook. What's up, man? Tony Tauby, what's up? Great to see you. Dave Sparks, Charles Davis, David Robinette, Don Sankey, changing the car business. That's right, buddy. Kerry Green, Bob Gasca. God is always good. Glad to see the awesome numbers from the start. Thanks, Jacob. Yeah, me too. Hey, for those of you that popped in here late, we are doing live Q&A at this point. I've done a tour of the dealership. I can maybe go back and do one more lap here in just a minute if you want to stick around. But right now we're doing a live Q&A. If you have any questions about the new store or just any questions in general, if there's anything you want to talk about, I promised, what's up Carlos Costa? I promised a tour of the dealership, which we've done, and I promised a live Q&A, which we've done. You guys have gotten me fired up in a lot of ways. But I'm here. I think that's all the comments I see as of right now. Yes, it's a pandemic, but joyful. Yes, that's exactly right, John. That's exactly right, man. Thanks, CJ. I really appreciate the kind words there, man. I really do. Okay, well, if there's no more questions, then what I'll do for those that came in late is I'll give you the little mini tour. When I stopped driving and let God take the wheel, my life mission became clear. That's right. Does the rotation fall in the Christmas time? Sometimes you can have the whole week off around Christmas. Other times you won't. But the great news is those are not the only days that we're off. We're closed every 7 weeks, but we also can choose to close for Christmas. We choose to close for whatever other holiday. We choose to close on Sundays, right? So sometimes they'll get the whole week off from Christmas all the way through New Year's. Other times they might have off Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, and then work the last week, and then be off the whole first week of the new year. Like, it rotates all the time because it's every 7 weeks. There's 52 weeks in a year. 7 divided by 7 times 7 is 49. So it's different every year, but it's mapped out for the next 7 years, so they know already ahead of time when everybody's off. All right. I love your example of following God. You mentioned the car gurus for third party. Who's providing your digital services? What do you mean, Brian? Like, who's providing my digital services? I'm not sure exactly what you mean. Flex Dealer is doing my Google SEO and SEM. Facebook is Casey Davis, who's a member of our team that's absolutely incredible. We just got this stitched to my TikTok. I don't know how that works, Haley. So Casey Davis is doing our Facebook. She does it internally. She also does it for other dealers for us across the nation. And Flex Dealer is doing our Google SEO and SEM. Target time span to turn a profit. Target time span. Well, it depends on what you define as turning a profit, I guess. In a 6-week period, we need to be profitable this next 6 weeks. With that said, though, we're going to have debt, right? Like, we have debt to get this place going. And so the dealership will be profitable, but it will be paying off debt for a season before it'll ever be paying me or my partners, if that makes sense. So I'm not sure exactly how long that will take to pay off the debt side. But I expect the dealership to be profitable in the next 6 week section. What's up, Rob Ruth? Great to see you, buddy. My guy, Rob Ruth, up in here. Rob, dude, I've been answering questions, live Q&A. I did a tour of the place. You got to go back and watch this video, man. There's so much good stuff in there. All right. And apparently my young team that is way smarter than me has figured out some way to stitch this into TikTok. So I'm live on Facebook, and also it's going out to TikTok somehow, which is amazing. Okay. Hey, what's up, Wendy Wells? How are you acquiring all of those vehicles, auction, ICO? So Carlos, the initial 200 vehicles on our lot, we bought them all at auction, every single one. We're starting to buy some street purchases. We bought 2 off the street today, which I'm grateful for. We bought 1 off the street yesterday. So we're starting to increase our street purchases, but we had to get inventory in here to get started. With that said, our gross profit on the front of the deals has not been anything to be excited about in any way, shape or form because of all that extra expense. But we had to get inventory in here to get the ball rolling. So my hope is in the future that we're going to follow the same model as CarMax, which is 80% of our inventory will come from trade-ins and street purchases, and 20% will come from auction. I still believe that you have to use the auction to replace what you sold the day before. You've already generated leads on it. So every time I sell a car, I need to replace that car the next day, and I can't necessarily do that with private party because that vehicle might not be available, right? I need a 2021 Chevy Silverado with 42,000 miles on it. If there's not someone selling one of those, I got to go to auction to get it. Can you speak to your current PVR gross front and back versus your target or goals so far? Great. Yeah, so back in PVR right now is 1570. That number needs to be 2400. We're getting there though. They've had a lot of cash deals at this point, and they've been doing a lot of subprime stuff. So as it starts to turn more, then obviously they'll get more swings, more opportunities. They'll be able to better protect the customers. So that's where they're at on that. They're doing a phenomenal job, but that number's got to move. And then as far as front end gross, it depends on which week you look at. It's been getting better and better. But right now, our front end gross last week was negative $253 per vehicle, I believe is where we came in at, negative 253. That number needs to be positive $400 to $600. $400 to $600 positive front end gross. Of course, there's tax fees, there's different things, on top of that. But $400 to $600 of positive front end gross with $2,400 in back end gross is the target that we're looking for. What's up, Robbie Beard? Trevor Thompson, Glenn, you literally saw why people leave the industry and search for a solution. Hats off. Yeah, Trevor, that's it, man. Why does everyone hate working in, or not everyone, why do some people not like working in a dealership environment? Well, long hours, so on and so forth, so on and so forth. That was my experience, bro. My experience was 90 hours a week, bad relationships, lost custody of my daughter, all of those things. Not when I was at Dan Cummins, when I was at a different store in Flagstaff, Arizona. Lost custody of my daughter, ended up homeless, ended up in and out of jail. Just wasn't good. Dan Cummins was the beginning. When I was out at Dan Cummins, Josh Cummins and Dusty Cummins gave us opportunities nobody else had ever given me. And we were still working our tails off, ding to dong, don't get me wrong, but much more flexibility and much more appreciation to go and do things with your family and so on and so forth, right? So we just looked at all of it and said, okay, we want to be results driven and we're not going to make the mistakes, not even mistakes. What have we learned from the past and how can we evolve that to something new? And that's where we're at now. Of the 80 cars sold, what's the breakdown? Like how many were cars, SUVs, and trucks, if you know? I have no idea, man. Primarily SUVs and cars. We've sold a couple trucks, but primarily SUVs and cars. Were you using Flex Dealer previously, or is this a new vendor for you? Flex Dealer is a partner of mine Michael Cirillo, Dealer Playbook. He has been working with dozens of my dealers in 800% Club, driving incredible results. And he has done stuff for me on my consulting side of my company. So yes, Michael is somebody I've been working with for a few years now. What has been the biggest challenge so far? The biggest challenge so far is getting the capital rolling, right? So, well, the biggest challenge was all the paperwork. It was a ridiculous amount of paperwork. But getting the capital rolling, it takes a while, right? We got to sell cars and turn profit, sell cars and turn profit, sell cars and turn profit. So then once you get the cash flowing, you have all these ins and outs. Like on any given day, we could write, we might need to write a check for floor plan for $350,000. The next day we might have fundings of $450,000 or the opposite, $150,000. And so it takes a lot of cash to operate, and getting that ball rolling here in the beginning is the most challenging part, because for the last 2 months, we've had basically money only going out. Now we're starting to get some dollars that are rolling in, but we have to make up for this 2-month period of dollars rolling out, right? So that has been the most challenging part by far. The people that we have are amazing. Getting incredible people, that part was awesome. Putting the place together took a lot of work, but not a big deal. The paperwork was tedious, but we had to get through it. But ultimately, we got to get to a place where there's we need like $1 million of breathing room, because on any given day, hundreds of thousands of dollars can swing either way. And right now we just We don't have that because we've invested so much of it into getting the place running. So that's been the biggest challenge. But, you know, I'm a faithful person. I believe in what we're doing. And with enough time, that will no longer be a problem at all. We've positioned ourselves to not have to worry about that in the future. But as of right now, that's the biggest challenge. Does your team new to the 7-game format have a challenge in building their day-to-day process? They do, Dave. They do. It requires a ridiculous amount of self-discipline to be able to work in this environment. Yes, we do training. Yes, there's accountability. Yes, there's incredible leaders that are here pouring into the people, but none of them can do that if they don't show up. And we're not holding their hands, and we're not handcuffing them and saying you have to show up for work. We're not doing that. Like, we're not treating these people like children. We're treating them like adults. Simple as that. And so, yes, the people that are new to this, man, I've seen it, especially over the last 2 years of my consulting company. I've seen incredible top performers in other organizations come into an environment like this and absolutely flop because there's no one there holding them accountable to showing up and getting the work done. My guess is we will see that over time. We will see that there are some people, though amazing, incredible humans, top performers anywhere else, will struggle in this environment because you have to have self-discipline to win. Period, hands down. And not everybody's been trained on how to have that self-discipline. So we're working on training that. We're working on developing people in that area because I know that that is not a strength for a lot of people. So we're working on that. And yeah, hopefully on the other side of this, you know, we will have made a generational impact where self-disciplined people are now raising self-disciplined people. Bob Gasca, you make me want to come work for you. Yeah, man. How many partners did you rally to get this venture going? I have 2 other partners, Tammy, Jimmy Bradford and Tim Short. Destiny Walters, what's up? How you doing, Nikki? Carlos, you bet. Dylan and David and James and Daniel. Randall, golly, man, there's so many people popping up in here. What's up, James Allen? We're doing some live Q&A. We just got done with the tour a little bit ago. I've been answering some questions for people. David Redding, holding gross on every deal should be easy. Yeah, it's hard when you're... It should be easy, I agree. But when your vehicles are priced below what you paid for them, it's pretty hard. A great team can turn that around in a month. I agree. Stephanie Dobler, Chip Anderson, and I do have a great team, so they will turn it around in a month. I'm not worried about that at all. Need accountability, guys willing to show up on their days off. Hey, David, I don't know if you paid attention to any of the stuff earlier, but nobody is given a day off here. Nobody has a schedule. They can come and go as they please. Have to build it yourself, but rely on a dealership spending $200K a month in advertising. We're not spending anywhere near $200,000 a month in advertising. Colton Crop, what's up, man? Colton, great to see you, my man. Golly, I love that kid. One of my favorite people on planet Earth. I absolutely love that kid. Jason Costin, what kind of grace period is there on selling the required number of units per 6 weeks? It's not necessarily a grace period. Obviously, we have a grace period this time because we just got started. But it's just simple. It's simply an agreement. Like, we are in agreement. I'm not requiring anybody to do anything. My people will never be required to do anything. Our hope is to inspire them. Do not require, inspire. My hope is to educate and train, to motivate. So it's not about grace periods. It's not policy. It's not anything other than an agreement. 1 car a day is the expectation, and you got to do everything in your power to make that happen. And adequate performers will be graciously asked to take their talents elsewhere. When I am generating 60 leads a day through my paid advertising, and they're generating 20 leads a day through theirs, they're going to get 3 swings, at least 3 swings, customers in front of them every single day. So selling 1 car a day is easy. Like, that's bare bones minimum of the agreement. I guarantee you the people that we have on this team right now, once we are at 80 leads a day, like we will be here shortly, dude, they'll be selling 2 cars a day, 3 cars a day. Like, it's not a big number whatsoever, and it's just an agreement. Inspired, not required. TikTok live after you get done. I gotta go pick up my kids, man. Yeah, that's the best philosophy. All right, I'm gonna wrap it. It's 8:42. Thanks for joining me. I really enjoyed this session. I hope you enjoyed it as well.